is not working properly, they don't have any phone services. So the bottom line is that when it comes to multimedia, voice communication, and many other applications of communication, if you can provide a unified platform, a lot of people can benefit from that. For example, if you have streaming services at one room at this point, you have to take another technology like wireless LAN and somehow link it together. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Or for example, if you have voice over IP, your voice over IP doesn't work with your intercom system. And if you have, let's say, ADSL and wireless LAN, sometimes they won't work seamlessly because of the network integration issue. So we really are dealing with a proliferation of many technologies at home. All of us are experiencing these technologies, but they are not harmonized. They are not working together. So companies like Microsoft, for example, are offering like home gateways, like, integrating all of that under the Windows environment. Some others are offering other solutions, but I think it's about time to build the intelligent roaming and integration of all these devices and networks such that the user doesn't need to struggle to take one application and worry about compatibility with another application and so on. And as long as you can provide a kind of like the roaming in a way that it's application dependent and at the same time ambient aware and intelligent, you can open a huge opportunity for both network providers and service providers as well as device manufacturers.
Do you want to comment on the 3G prospect for 2008?
I think one of the challenges of 3G, as mentioned in my speech, was that people spend too much investment and time and effort on a technology in the hope that one technology is going to be solution for everything. And now they come to reality that it's a great technology, but it only addresses a part of the whole picture, not the entire picture. And 3G is going to grow. I don't think the growth is going to be exponential. It's going to be more linear growth. And again, it's going to be integrated with the rest of the system rather than displacing other technologies. So I don't think 2.5G is going to go away anytime soon. It's a very interesting history that, in the US we had an old technology called AMPS, which was analog technology. Every year, all the analysts say that this year is end of AMPS. And it was live and healthy until like 2 years ago. I mean, you had AMPS technology. Another example is PHS in Japan. Everybody said, okay, PHS had like only old technology for 2 years. And not only still is there, but also China started using PHS in some applications. So one thing that I learned through my experience in wireless and in communication is it takes a long time for technology to work, and once it works, it takes a long time to go away. So we shouldn't underestimate what it takes to get the 3G deployment up to the point that you really get a lot more out of that. And you shouldn't underestimate how long it takes for 2.5G to go away. So I think that it's going to be this coexistence for a long time.
So coming back for 3G versus WiMAX versus Wi-Fi, you think they all will be there for a while, and you don't want to comment who is winning, right?
I don't think any of them is going to be winning over others. Let me give you an example. Wi-Fi, as we all know, is very successful. Everybody pretty much using a laptop is experiencing Wi-Fi. But there was an experiment by Google in San Francisco last year. They decided to cover the entire San Francisco with Wi-Fi. And as we all know, Google doesn't have cash issue. You have about a couple of tens of billions of dollars assets. They decided to pull out of that program because Wi-Fi was not the right technology to cover the entire city. So, but it's working great in Starbucks and McDonald's. And so, what about outside of Starbucks? We need another technology. So, I think it's not one for all solution in wireless because each of these technologies have some strengths and some weaknesses. What is exciting about wireless LAN is completely ad hoc. You don't need to worry about operators, you don't need to worry about coordination, it's ISM band. On the other hand, it has some limitation in terms of the congestion control and how much it can handle in terms of the number of users. WiMAX, on the other hand, requires a huge infrastructure. It takes longer than people expect to the point that you can deploy it efficiently. So they all have to complement each other, and I think that's the way it's going to be in the future. About 4 years ago, I wrote an article which eventually was published as a chapter of a book that we see the wireless and wireless cellular system and wireless LAN working together seamlessly. And one of the CTOs of the operators called me and said, "Are you dreaming? I mean, what's going to happen?" And so maybe that's our research, or you're researchers, you have to dream, right? So last year, Vodafone announced that they want to integrate cellular and wireless LAN. And it takes a while, but they come to reality and they understand the benefits and advantages of one technology over the other and complement it with each other.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.